Gulfstream Park.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another Friday edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, coming to you live from 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park. Defo, is this your happy place or what?
I love it, man. And I asked you this on the way in. I happened to run into you in a parking lot, which you found strange because I'm usually here.
You'd never hear
at
this
the
early.
Last minute. It takes me, a pretty good amount of time to get down here from Lauderdale by the Sea, but not today. So what does this mean? And Lubie is well-versed in my theories about the gods of gambling. Is this a sign of positivity?
Yes.
Or a sign that says, listen, you had a good free trip, run the other way? Because I made every traffic light, which is exceptional, from my house, which is probably 3 lights down to Commercial Boulevard on A1A, not usually, making all of those lights. Beat the bridge, which normally goes up at 11 o'clock on Commercial Boulevard, and made every traffic light, including about 6 different, major intersections that cross with Commercial Boulevard on my way to I-95.
You had good flow, in other words. You just caught a string of lights.
I've been here 40 years.
You went down 95. And I couldn't believe it.
I've never made every light.
I got here relatively early myself. Usually,
are the traffic lights out of sync or something? Does that imply
I go
danger?
the side streets from my house, and it usually only takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to get here, and I get here at 11:30. I was stunned. I see you sauntering into the parking lot.
I felt good, man.
And you know me, I'm a very superstitious gambler. And
paranoid would be more of the
but I have certain things, like when I have a good flow and catch a string of lights as I'm on my way to a poker tournament at Hard Rock or up at the Isle. Yeah. I'm like, okay, things are in, the universe is jibing. Yeah. And when you hit every red light and you have the railroad tracks and the drawbridge is up, I should have learned by now. You just turn around and go home
because you're going to hit the brakes in front of you at 9:95.
Because you're going to get some ridiculously bad beat within the first hour. I should learn these things. So you're going to have a monster day.
This is coming on the heels of 2 amazing covers in football yesterday, where I had Houston in my personal bookmaking venture.
Right.
I make no decisions on this. He handed me Houston. I didn't have much interest in the game. There were a dozen other games of more interest to me that were being, being televised last night, including the Phillies and the Braves and the Kansas City game. So I'm watching that inadvertently, and I see a Hail Mary with no time on the clock. Obviously, they complete a Hail Mary to cover the point spread, and then the Chiefs. And this was great because I had to root against the Chiefs for a brief moment so that Denver could score the 2-point conversion, forcing the Chiefs to have to go for more points to say, make sure that they were in a position to win. Otherwise, I don't cover the point spread in the final few minutes.
You ended up going 2-0 last night. 3-0 against Francesco. That's your personal Jonah. You hit every light. And I'm in a good place because I found a voucher from last weekend that I never cashed. Nice. So I have 16 whole dollars.
That was mine. I left it in the machine.
No, this is mine. I'm going to play some early action.
Wait a minute. Was that $16? I left that in the machine.
No, this was mine because I was here with a couple of people last week. Actually, of all places, at the Carousel Club, which is that outdoor venue. It's beautiful. Nice. A lot of beautiful people hanging out there. I was there with our friend Chris Perkins was there.
Nice. We love Perkins.
And my visiting friend Michael Cunningham. We all used to work together. What
about the guy you don't like, your ex-roommate, Eric?
No. Eric, well, he was up visiting friends in Boca, so I shifted him away.
We
were drinking beers, having a good time. That's when Joey gave me the tip dog. Thank you again, Joey Esposito from Cafe Seville gave me a 11-1 shot last week that I was rooting home right here at the Carousel Club, even though the horse was running in Kentucky. So that was a good day. And then I run into Joe Beja as we were heading out.
Joe Beja? Wow.
Joe Beja was
a couple of stone crabs?
No, well, Joe Beja was going into the Carousel Club with a visiting friend who was also going to the Giants game with him last Sunday. We'll catch up with Joe later. We'll find out about all his hijinks. But you speak of stone crabs. It is stone crab season starting on Sunday.
Sunday? Okay.
And we have a theme going for the contest. which will be the start of stone crab season. And
All
it's not Joe's stone crab because that's even
The
way too
question is
obvious.
often
I think
asked
we've
on
already
Let's
done
Eat
Joe's
South
Stone
Florida and around town.
Now,
Where can you go besides Joe's to get stone crabs?
well,
Most
we're
people
gonna-
would say
almost every
we're
Blue's.
going
place
to
is-
talk about
seafood
that
places
after
have
we
it.
give the contest's clues, although we can't give the contest winning name because then that would defeat the whole purpose. Before we get into stone crabs, though, Mike Lubitz, can you talk about this porridge that I have in front of me, but you ordered for the first course? What did you order today?
Another cool thing about 10 Palms is they do have specials every week, and they do market catch, so fish, but sometimes they have other specials like last week's chicken dish that I got. This week there's a sea bass dish that you ordered that'll be coming out shortly. And they also had chicken enchilada soup. Now I'm a big fan of chicken tortilla soup. I've never heard of chicken enchilada soup, so I ask you, our gourmet here on the Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, what the hell is the difference between chicken enchilada soup and chicken tortilla soup?
I would say that the tortilla soup has strips of the tortilla, usually the corn tortilla, which they kind of slice into these little thin strips,
Yeah.
almost like a wonton, like the crispy noodles
Like
you see.
the corn version of a wonton
Corn,
strip.
of those noodles you get at the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
The enchilada soup, it looks like it has the whole enchilada in there, which it looks like there's corn and there's some chicken
I think there's beans
and there
too.
is some beans.
You're not eating much
and
of that, Louie.
it looks
Is that right?
like they
Well, I wanted
have
to showcase it on the
peppers.
show.
Are there any? And I see that you put
There's no
some
tortilla.
crackers, but
There's
I
no,
don't
like,
see
a
any of the
chips that-
strips of the tortilla.
I like a crunch much like you, and there didn't
Did you
have the
talk to
chip.
management? Call Joe Baby.
I'm not mad at it, but
Oh.
I'm saying I think that's the difference. Is
What-
the chips would come with tortilla
Hey, where's
soup,
my
and this
chips,
doesn't
huh?
have it. So
So it sounds like you're ready for Let's Eat South Florida. You're going to be saying,
I would never complain.
"Where's the tortilla?"
curious.
We were seated immediately for our 6:30 reservation, but immediately we were smacked in the face with no tortillas in the
Now,
soup.
I've got one of the virtues of me now kind of going on this walk of life that you've been touting for
I
life.
think it's a different. That's part of it. I'm glad you're doing it too. I'm glad you're doing it.
I get in a much more level place. I end up, being more calm. But sometimes I go on the Let's Eat group and we're simulcasting here. And, I try to throw out some nice food nuggets to the world. And if
Yeah.
I find something that
That
is
steak
really
looked good, I would say. Yeah.
That was
and
a nice
again,
steak.
this wasn't my find. It was something that others in the group a couple of people had posted about in the last couple of weeks. This steak that they do a pan-seared, seasoned, like really nice crust on the steak at Vignetos in Plantation, the one that's on South University Drive, just
Your
north
sea
of
bass looks great, by the way.
95. Oh, here comes the
Wow,
food.
look at that.
Look at this. I went with the
Wow.
fish today because I had so many
Nice.
burgers at Gilbert's yesterday. But anyway,
That smells
this
great and
this
looks great.
this
That's
steak.
meat. Oh no,
That
that's
smell-
second.
that's mine. That
The
smells
steak
fantastic.
that they brought at Vignetos is again cast iron skillet seared. It's not
Nice.
the usual grilled with the grilled
But you love
marks.
okay, yeah,
Uh,
but it was
And,
nice.
but again,
though.
it has this coating of like salt and pepper and just
Are you using
it
silverware
locks
today?
in the
Yeah.
juices.
All right.
Yes. Anyway, I had occasion to go and check it out the other week. I was there by myself on a Wednesday night, close to closing time. The place was still mobbed. I think I mentioned it on
yeah,
the
we
show.
talked about it on the show.
But today I decided to
To
post
it.
about it. And I'm wondering if it's going to be the next big food fad on Let's Eat. Like we've had different fads over the years. We've had Yaya's, which was a Greek place in Margate that became like all the rage. Then we had the Il Barretto Chicago deep dish
Yeah.
pizza that it seemed like every other post was about that. Then there was FK Your Diet, which is Foster Kid Your Diet.
Yeah,
That place, which came and went. Because
It's over for that place.
Yeah,
well,
they
the
shut
one
down.
on the East Coast here, I think it was also in Sunrise, but
Yep.
it's based on the West Coast in Fort Myers. And then once that big storm came last year, they
Oh, they
spent
got
most of their
wiped, yeah.
time over
Wow,
there,
That's a shame.
and they're keeping it going over there. But they basically shut the place down over here. But anyway, we've had these trends. And over the summer, it was that crazy 99-cent fruit store. Have you ever been to the 99-cent Doug's
No,
Fruit in
have not.
Pompano?
No.
I mean, but it seemed like every other post was about that place, which was kind of annoying because that one I think was plants, a lot of plants and AstroTurf campaign. But anyway, I was thinking that maybe this Vigneto steak might be the new kind of trendy thing where everybody's going to go and post a picture of it. So I did my thing. It was an excellent steak, and it was some people saying,
Oh, you
it's
actually
raw.
went. So you went there and got it yourself.
I got it myself the other week. It's $68 for a prime piece of meat. It was good. It was perfectly, in
They
my
look
mind,
cooked just right.
I call it medium rare. Some people saying, "Oh, that's raw inside," but actually,
It
medium
looked
rare.
rare. It
That's
looked
what
rare.
you
to me.
asked for.
Well, I did maybe say rare plus the medium rare,
which is
and
fine.
that's how
That's a
it came
nice
out.
way to cook a piece of meat. Yes.
That looked good.
But meanwhile, you see some people are like, they're appreciating and say, "Wow, that looks great." But there was one guy who just said, "Oh, a $68 steak, and it comes with individually wrapped butter and microwave steamed vegetables."
But what does
look
that
like-"
mean? Okay, and I know we're going to move on to other things, but I sort of want to break that down because they did this to Reno, and when do we start caring about how things like the packaging? I understand some of these nicer places do certain things with butter, but if a place doesn't, who cares? Like, why is that even something you'd even notice in a picture?
People are losing the forest through the trees.
Yeah,
Did
like
you
the
ever
steak
wonder
looked
about that
beautiful.
phrase, Defo?
I've
You
heard it enough
lose
times,
the
yeah.
forest
Believe
through
me.
the trees.
Yeah.
How
The
many times has
forest
somebody said
is
The bigger point over
and
the little nonsense.
not deforest, not
Yeah,
just
the
deforest,
forest,
but
yeah,
the forest
Yeah.
is. This is a gorgeous steak, and it was really, really good and juicy, and just that cast iron skillet and the sear and the crust on it is something you don't find every place. So that to me was the really interesting and delicious part. Just like the other day, I went to Tropical Acres and I posted the receipt of like how I was able to get a Belvedere martini and two beautiful like sirloin beef
Yeah,
sliders
they're nice size.
for $13, and then the tax was 91 cents. But they rounded up to $14, and of course, I just dropped to 20 and said keep the change because that's the right thing to do. But people started harping on that of like, how could they round up 9 cents? If you do that 1,000 times, it's going to be adding up to a lot of money. It's like,
What?
they're already giving away the Belvedere at this rock bottom price. Don't lose the forest through the trees, people. And they keep losing the forest through the
They
trees.
do, yeah. it's
Doug
just weird.
Dasher, you should just dash on out of here. A
We're just giving his
$68
name.
steak, and they serve individually wrapped butter.
What does that
The
mean?
veggies look like they came out of the microwave. Probably not. But overall, presentation is weak. IMHO, in my humble opinion.
So, is there anything
So-
that can go on there that there isn't a complaint about? Like, I feel like
No,
even the
but
best
you
places
know what?
ever, there's always a complaint.
People are always going to want. Okay, if you want to nitpick, that's fine. And my reply to him was like, I didn't come there for the butter or the vegetables. Came there for the steak.
Yeah.
Steak was pretty freaking good. So I don't know, Defo. I try not to let it get to me. I do these exercises and these calming measures, a little bit of meditation. But what do you think? Is it a losing battle?
You shouldn't be so sensitive about it. You really need to forget about that. One guy should not get to you.
Yeah.
You can't
But
let
it's
that happen.
amazing how one guy can get to you.
No, it
Oh,
gets to you.
100%.
I mean, because you're doing this and you're looking for that guy.
I am looking for that.
That's
guy.
the problem. I'm looking for the 99 other people that said, wow, that looks great.
I'm
man."
not gonna lie, I may want to
Yeah.
try. a
Well,
piece
I'm
of
going
that.
to
That
go
looks
right
delicious.
into
That
my
looks great.
Patagonian
That looks
toothfish,
really good. Wow.
better known as.
You're not expecting,
Chilean
I would say
sea
this,
bass.
you're not expecting to get a really good piece of seafood at a
They
racetrack.
do. Yeah,
I don't
I'm not
care
gonna lie. I
what
don't
kind
trust
of
you to
food
not
they
finish it,
have
which
at
is fine.
I
It's
wish
all
you
fish,
people
but
could
I
see
want to
this.
try.
Yeah.
You know me and fish. I do not like fish if it's overcooked.
No, they cook it
No,
really
that's
This is
really
a
good.
perfect.
Yeah,
perfectly-
that's perfect, yeah.
It's one thing they do. I mean, they do a lot of things
Perfectly
here,
seared piece of sea bass where it's supposed to be, nice and moist in the middle. And it's just
Looks
flaking
really
apart.
good.
Looks
Go
really
for
good.
it.
I'm
Go
not gonna
for it.
lie, it looks really nice. I just didn't want both of us to order the same freaking thing. So
Now, we've got some roasted potatoes. I don't know what this is. This looks like squash, like a
they said squash. Oh, I forgot to say. Yeah, it comes with the
acorn squash. It's
Yeah.
very seasonally appropriate.
It's a
Defo.
very healthier dish. Which again, here Defo gets his salad. I went heavy. I'm not gonna lie, but you
But
guys
you're
went
young.
lighter.
You're young.
Well,
No.
someone had to do it. You guys are
After-
eating on the light. Yesterday, again, Beth and Lenore and Richie and her husband
That was sick. Yesterday.
go insane. So Friday we sort of switch it
Yesterday
up.
was my cheat day, and I said
You
going
cheated.
in, of course, I was down a belt notch. I'm getting a little bit, maybe okay. So maybe it's like throwing a deck chair off the Queen Mary, but
No, it's
I
fine.
still
You got to
feel
go
like
in
I'm heading in the
steps.
right direction.
You have to go in steps.
And-
That's another thing. You have to go in steps. Weight loss. When people go, I've only lost this. That's the worst way of taking it. Like people that weigh themselves every day, that's the dumbest thing you could do.
No.
It's all about small steps to a bigger goal, and that's all you need to focus on.
And my attitude has been this: is every day I'm trying to get out and do something, whether it's
Yep.
going to the gym for an hour
Yep.
or getting out there on the beach. And if I can walk a mile, if I don't have enough time to walk 2 miles, 1 mile is better than nothing.
Yes.
2 miles is better than 1. 3
Yes.
miles is better than 2, and
Yep.
so forth. Yesterday I got in almost a 4. I did 3.5 before the burger feast. Today, Defo, I had to start the day at the Department of Motor Vehicles.
Everyone's favorite.
So I was only able to get in at 2.5. The story was this: my daughter lost her wallet and didn't even realize it until like a week later that she was driving around without a driver's license. Not a good idea.
Nice.
So we had to scramble and take emergency measures, and I went. And would you do this as a dad? I basically ran cover for her so that she didn't have to go and do it by herself, which she can't because she's still a minor. She's only 17.
Yeah.
But I said, you know what? I'm going to go there early in the morning and wait in line. They open at 8, but they only take walk-ins from 8 to 9. So I knew you had to get there by like 7:30 to have any kind of shot. I got there at 7:20, and I said, you know what? Just meet me there by 8 o'clock. And I did that. I just sat in line, and then she showed up at 8.
Nice.
But I sacrificed a good chunk of my morning. We got through it. We got her a replacement license. Very little, surprisingly little red tape. Usually DMV, they live to torture people and saying, do you have your passport from your original issued passport from when you were first born? And what was your maiden's name? And I was like, I'm a guy. I don't have a maiden name. But yeah, I don't know. What's your experience been like there at DMVs? Have you had to deal with one at any point in the...
Well, obviously.
Many, many times. I mean, it's ugliness, total torture. Even with an appointment. I mean, and you know, you talk about Gestapo mentality. Jesus Christ, could they possibly be any more like authoritative? It's worse than the security guys. They take a guy who's like a bus driver, and all of a sudden on an NFL Sunday, he's got a yellow jacket on, and he's on the sidelines, and it doesn't matter. You could be the owner of the team. They could take Stephen Ross. They throw him against the wall and handcuff him before they check his ID and go, oh, sorry, Mr. Ross. And they get away with it. I mean, and DMV, I mean, it's laced with abuse.
You know what I think?
They're so funny.
I think the people who are on Let's Eat harping about butter and vegetables work at the DMV. That's
you know what it's worse than? It's worse than being on a deli line where you're like 10 numbers away from the number that's posted. And there's a big crowd there, and everybody's like, can I taste some of that American cheese? It's like, lady, we're not conducting the NFL draft here, man. Just buy the bleeping cheese.
This is
and let me get to my number, but they could be on number. You could have number 80 at the DMV, and they're on number 79, and there are 11 windows working, and it will still take you an hour and a half to get up to the booth there to find out that you're in the wrong line to begin with.
Okay, you want to know what's funny? And I know you're about to say something, but like, so to do, you do your license plate every year. If you're smart, you do it every 2 years.
I do it. Yeah, the registration online.
See, my problem is I don't trust the online. It takes so long to get it mailed to you that then you're a few days. I don't know. I don't trust it. So I found a place in Pembroke Pines years ago that for some reason was always dead. No matter where I live now,
right?
I always go to that exact. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care. We now live in super northwest Coral Springs. Or no, we're
you could
more
be in
east.
Jacksonville.
We're north
you'll
Coral
drive
Springs.
across.
Whenever now we have a remote
county
next Tuesday in the area, I'm like, thank God, I'm gonna go there because I don't trust anything with DMV or anything that's not gonna take at least an hour. So I found a good one, and I only go there.
But I've had good experiences with the online, renewals and registration.
But how long does it take you to get it?
So here's the thing: they allow you to submit it 3 months before your birthday. So I put in my registration when and again, I do the 2-year chunks like you.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I have 2 vehicles now registered under my name. So I did it last March, and it goes all the way through 2025. And I got it in the mail 2 weeks later. It was pretty easy.
So you're responsible. I'm not that responsible.
Yeah, when it comes to certain things, I'm very responsible. Other
The
things,
license, so you have to go there, I think, for the most part.
You can renew it once you get. Now you need your Gold Star ID. It's like the ultra.
Here's what's weird though about it. I mean, as an older person here, and I know you, are not fond of senior citizens, but the weirdest thing about Florida driver's license, I don't know if this is universal in all states, but like I'm 72. They should not be giving me a license that's good for the next 10 years. Where I don't even have to take any kind of a test to prove that I'm even breathing, right? Much less. I mean, my mother used to get license renewals, and there was no way she should ever be issued a license at that point in her life. And sure enough, I'd say, "Hey, Ma, you got a new license in the mail here. You're good for another 20 years."
That's the beauty of Florida.
She would have been 115 by the time it expired.
Even Mr. Magoo gets a license for 10 years. So,
This woman couldn't find a front door without a compass at the end of her life, and she's got a driver's license here.
Now, speaking of the age thing, you know me, I kind of kid around with you. I'm not really ageist.
No, you are. I mean,
Well,
look,
you're sort of.
I sense
All right,
that.
I'm a hypocrite.
yeah, you're so full of crap.
Because
come on.
no,
you
I
hate old
actually-
people for some
I had
reason.
occasion, a couple of Tropical Acres posts that I put up on the group in the last few days. Somebody put in there like, "Oh, I was in there, but it's a very silver crowd. Wouldn't go there with a date again."
Oh, God.
And,
He said it like that?
And I just shot back. It's like, ageist much? And
What does that mean?
and it's like, if you're there with a date, what do you care what the scene around you is if you're having a good time and you get a good value?
That's an interesting one. I'll tell you what. 'Cause,
Okay.
I mean, you're out with a first-time starter, and you're taking her to your favorite restaurant. Now, if it's Tropical Acres and she's cool, and it happens to be a night where there are more elderly people in there, which I mean, it's not like this is some old age home. Because when I've been there, and I've been there most recently with you guys, there were like young people in there. I mean, if I'm a young person, that's where I'm going because I don't want to get robbed somewhere else
Exactly.
necessarily.
Yeah, I want to keep my money for
Well,
a
your
house.
daughter
Yeah.
loves it. Look, I don't know
The
what.
woman should say, you know what? You found a great place
Yes.
here, and I love all these people.
You're
I was gonna
sensible
say-
when it comes to money. You're a keeper. That's what it should
Look,
be.
I guess I'm the young one on the show. I don't know what it says about my wife's even younger. I don't know what it says about us, but we've eaten there multiple times. She didn't once go, "Wow, there's a lot of old people."
Yeah.
Like we didn't even notice it. Like,
well,
why
maybe
would you
that
notice
dude
that?
shouldn't have taken his date there for the
Well,
early
you want to go
person.
somewhere
You know?
with a woman that you should never go to a New York OTB parlor.
No, that
Then she'll know
That's
everything
a-
she needs to know
that's
about
a
you. How
place
sick you
that,
are.
unless
Yeah.
you want to make it a one and done, I would not recommend the
Yeah.
OTB
Oh, I mean,
in
it's a good test.
in Queens. Hey,
They
I,
survived that.
no, but I had occasion. I was in Tropical Acres yesterday. I got to see Jack and Joe and Jackson
Oh,
and
they're
the
I thought you
whole
were going to say
gang.
you were in an OTB parlor.
No, and they just Jack just got back. He had a great trip. He had a convention in Vegas. That was the certified Angus beef people have an annual, I
You have
guess,
a certified Angus beef convention.
They have everything in Vegas.
That is
and
great.
he stayed at the Red
What a
Rocks,
reason to go
Red
there.
Rocks Resort
Yeah,
on the
that's right, out
outside. He
there a
said it
little
was great.
People
I
like
guess
him. But
that's
he's not
where-
a big gambler, though, I would imagine.
no, but they had, and then after that he went to Napa and did a little bit of wine country. Jack looked very
How's
fit.
Napa doing lately?
Oh, they're doing
Pretty
good.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, but Jack looked very fit and relaxed and happy, but his wife Terry is always monitoring the traffic on Let's Eat, and she caught that comment about the guy in the silver crowd. And I was like, yeah, I don't get why people have to harp on certain things.
It's
Why-
a silly consideration. I mean, because when you look at it, when you post the pictures, okay, you posted the pictures of these steaks from Vignetos, right?
Yeah.
Look great, right? Okay, so maybe you don't like the
market
vegetables,
price,
whatever.
two scariest.
So get a
words.
different. First
Yeah.
of all, get a different. Most people
But
wouldn't get vegetables.
$68 for a steak that looks
No,
like
no.
that, I wouldn't say is
It was fair for the
obscene.
quality.
Yeah.
Um,
But then you go to Tropical Acres, and when you post the pictures of the prime rib, that really is how it comes out. It's amazing.
right, and that's only $36. So value.
And the steaks there are great. I mean, I've never had a bad experience there ever, and I like places that treat you like you're a first class citizen. And you always feel that way when you come to Tropical Acres. They never give you that look like when you come, you got a reservation? It's, how can we help you? And that's
That's
a big thing in the restaurant business.
Or
I
it
guess
should
we're going
be.
to consider this the live spot for the day. Yeah, and
Yeah, why not?
Tropical Acres. I was
Still
in there for the
squash.
happy hour. You can't beat it. I mean, a Belvedere martini and two beautiful sliders for $13, and then I
Mhm.
just dropped the 20 and feel like $1 million, like I'm a big spender.
Yep.
No, that was good. I mean, you had to throw the 20 out there.
Devo
Yeah.
said.
First of all,
what
you're Mike
Devo
Mayo.
say, 280.
he calculated the 20%.
Imagine leaving 280.
I was like,
I mean, how
what's wrong with
insulting,
280?
and then insulting to the person.
And then of course people are chiming in on that. It's like, oh, I hope you tipped on what the regular price would have been, and
Why do
or
people
one,
get crazy?
one
right?
guy says, oh, I hope you put $10 on it.
I
It's
don't
like
know about $10.
Grease
know,
the
six-
bartender with a 20 before you even get
There
started.
you go.
That's the way
$5,
to go.
$6
Nick
is amazing.
Nick
Unfortunately,
is fine. He's one of the bartenders there. Nick and Ann take great care of you. And again, if you go in there for happy hour and you get a $15 total tab, 20, they're more than happy with
Yep.
that.
If
There.
you go to a spot on a regular basis, though, there's nothing wrong. Jersey Con was great at this. I mean, good friend Jersey Con Martinez, big fan of the show, by the way. Loves you, Mike Mayo.
Oh.
He would go to a place like Vinny's at Lauderdale by the Sea,
Mhm.
and the first thing we'd do, and kind of a wise guy bartender who was great. I mean, very accommodating. Stick a 20 right in his shirt pocket
oh, good
and
for
say,
him.
"Hey, that's for you. and now I would like this and
Oh,
that.
that's-
yeah, they'll take care of you. Yeah.
That's like
It's-
feeling like a big time.
Yeah,
It's
you're
Henry
set.
Hill. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, and it works, and it's a great way to be, and a great way to treat people.
That's what I do when I get my insurance settlement checks. However, after I get my AC and electrical system wiped out, now I'm back to just tipping the little $5. But
No, but
No,
I
they'll-
mean, a $6 tip on that is good.
They'll
no,
treat
it's
you
good.
great no
Yeah.
matter what your tip
and
is.
the thing
at
was
Tropical Acres.
Monday, Tuesday, half price wine night. The loyalty reward club card, where every 12 entrees that you purchase, you get the 13th one on
You
the
got
house.
that punch too?
No, not for
Oh, no.
I don't know if you're allowed to. I don't think happy hour qualifies. I think it's for your
That would
regular
really be
full
cheesy.
price.
I mean, to
Yeah.
ask.
I wouldn't even ask.
Yeah.
That's an ask that not even
You got
somebody,
somebody with 11 punches. Hey, could you hit this 2 times?
not even somebody as shameless as me would even dare to do that. But Tropical Acres is open every day but Sunday. And guess what? Holidays are coming around. Jack was telling me their book for Thanksgiving
Oh, yeah.
is
Wow.
filling up already.
Nice.
You want to call them to make some reservations, 954-923-2500. And again, they're already booked for the 5 o'clock and 5:30 slots. I guess they have a certain number of tables they take every half hour on Thanksgiving Thursday. They
That'd be a
open.
nice place to go for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
It'd be a
yeah.
lot
I mean,
easier
you don't
than
need
what
to
my
do with all the
family's-
That's the other thing.
cleaning.
It's kind of a homey atmosphere. Like you feel like you belong. I
It's
mean,
not
it's
kind of.
great.
It is.
Yeah.
They do it on
Oh,
purpose. Their family works is there, and they literally have taken in someone who wanted to work there and made him family because that's just the family atmosphere that they produce at Tropical Acres.
Yeah. So, again, on Thanksgiving, I gave the wrong number, 954-989-2500, 989-2500. Call up for your Thanksgiving Day reservations. They're open from 1 o'clock to 8 p.m. on Thanksgiving Day. 5 and 5:30 are gone, but if you want to get 6 or you want to get 4:30 or 4, or what do you like Thanksgiving? You like that early day meal so you can
You know
watch
what?
football? Or
I'd rather early.
It
My mom
depends
never
on the
does it early.
situation. I would say kind of early afternoon. I want to
I'm
be
a
eating
2
about,
o'clock guy.
That would be
maybe
amazing.
like 3-4 o'clock.
Yeah, I think you watch a
Yeah.
little bit of the first game.
Because you don't want to
Then you
start
eat.
eating, stuff, and then all morning long, and then by the time you get to dinner, the bird looks uninteresting to you.
It's never too early to start planning for the holidays. And again, Tropical Acres is there for all your holiday needs. 989-2500. That's Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
I'm going to consider it because I've often told the stories about my many blown Thanksgiving dinners.
Yeah, it does
which,
not end well.
Well,
Often.
man, I tell you what, no. So that would solve a lot of
It would
problems,
save
and also
people's
save you a
arse,
lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of grief. And the stuffing is great, by the way. Tropical Acres. All right, coming back more from Gulfstream Park in the 10 Palms.
We're going to do a contest.
Joe Beja, would he have the guts to bet the Giants? The Giants getting 14 and a hook from the Bills this week. We have to ask him that when he comes on the show.
Ask him. After.
All right, back in a moment. Mike Mayo's got a contest for you. He's got some bizarre clues, so hopefully you guys will be able to hit that. And we'll return with more of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox in a moment.
Mayo here for Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations, Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In Garlic We Trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. We're back on the Lunchbox. Man, I am demolishing this. There's no more fish left. The sea bass is gone, and now our server just came over and said, I got to eat the carrots. They're organic.
They're nice. They look nice.
They're
They're
good,
very delicious. The acorn squash, the roasted potato. I mean, who knew, Defo, that, I mean, they've really raised the bar here.
No doubt.
Like, I
at
feel
10
bad saying it
pounds.
every week because then it's like we're the ones doubting
I'm
them
not
too.
just shilling.
But
I'm
the way they
just
cook fish is as good as any place. We've been to a lot of places that do fish and do it well.
expertly prepared.
They do it really well.
I'm really
Like,
happy. I mean, as a food critic, I would award this place 3.5 out of 4 stars. I mean, this place, there's no fault with it. And I just sampled one of your tubes of the pasta, the
Yes, sir.
rigatoni, in the vodka sauce.
Lubie's
very creamy and good.
always looks good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they
really
do it
good.
really nice.
Vodka rigatoni, whatever.
So again, we'll be talking with Joe Beja. A couple of reminders,
and you can
folks.
get a good salad.
And a
too,
good
man.
salad.
I mean,
Looks
I've been chowing on this since
Very
we started.
healthy. A couple of reminders. We're going to be moving the start time, the post time
Yeah, it's
for
on
the
It's on the
Lunchbox
ticker.
starting Monday, 1 p.m. 1 will be our start on the
forward.
weekdays.
Should be a standard post time.
Standard-
Racetracks universally
1
start
p.m.
at 1 o'clock.
That's
yeah.
it's a good number, and it gives us a little-
12:50 doesn't really do it for me, even though they have to do it here because they have to stagger the times because everybody's got
Other
the
tracks,
simulcast now. But it used to be universal, 1 o'clock, man.
So-
you hope you make every light and you get there by 1 o'clock.
Anyway, I
Yeah, that's
sussed
really
out a
wild.
hunch play, the first race at Keeneland, which is at 1 p.m. post time today.
Yes,
The number 2
very
horse,
traditional place.
number 2 horse Punctuality, and Defo
All
and
three of us had a
Lubie
nice
and us, we
ride
all
in.
got here very punctually.
Yes.
We were very relaxed and chatting, and we were able to get.
I didn't
lined
recognize
up
you
and
when I
sit-
saw you. You were about 50 yards away. I said, "Who's this thin guy, man?"
I don't know if I'm that thin, but I'm moving in the right direction. And again, Punctuality, the 2 horse, I'm going to go double fisted with my voucher left over from last week. A couple other announcements. We
6 to
have
1 right now.
a new a remote show on the schedule for next week.
Oh,
We got a busy week next week.
What you got?
Well, Monday is still open. We might be somewhere. We might be at
I hope we get to
Grandpa's
Grandpa's.
Monday.
It's been
We
a while.
might
I
be at
love Grandpa's.
Shenanigans Monday. That's kind of up in the air. Tuesday, we're going to be checking out a new seafood place on University Drive near Griffin Road in Davie called Luke's Seafood and Grill. Now, Luke used to be the chef at Coconuts for a long time.
All right.
Really nice guy. Born and raised in Miami, but of Haitian descent.
Okay.
And his wife, who is Eastern European, they opened up this Luke's Seafood a couple of months ago, kind of a small, cozy spot. And he called me. I was in there a couple of weeks ago checking it out. Really nice place. Good, does a good job, again, with grilling fish, high-quality stuff. And he calls me out of the blue and said, hey, how'd you like to come here and do a show? Stone crab season is starting. Come on out on.
Hello. What are you talking about?
Come on out on Tuesday. They're closed on Mondays. He
Yeah.
said, well, they have you out on Tuesday for lunch.
I'm sure you played that nice and cool.
And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know.
I don't know how interested we'd be in the
guess.
stone crab.
You know,
Especially
Defo
for
says
free,
stone
yeah.
crabs are overrated, but me, I kind of like them. So if you want to hook us
They're
up,
not overrated when they're free.
Yeah, and then I rate it at Luke's.
They're wonderful.
so this is why we got to clean up your language. They're not necessarily overrated. We just find
They
them
can be
sometimes
highly priced at
overpriced
times,
and
yes.
not maybe
Price point
the-
to satisfaction
the-
level and quality
the
level.
value proposition. Sometimes it gets a little dicey, but again, we'll be going to.
Caviar used to be like that.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's got some caviar.
But Luke,
Yeah,
his
it's $800.
Luke, his other specialty, I guess, and he's starting to do it at his own place. But it was a big hit at Coconuts for a while. I guess they call them the Scoobies, the Scobies. It's like those little crab claws that he kind of broils with some butter and some hot pepper flakes
Oh,
and some
wow.
other things. I don't know if it's Scobies or Scoobies because
I've never heard of it. So that's
it was a traditional dish that they had at Coconuts using
Yeah.
crab claws. Since Luke left, I think they changed it and they're now using like those Maine lobster claws,
Oh wow.
which some people I guess were saying they don't like change. But Luke is still doing it traditional way with his crab claws. It's not the snow crab claw. Whatever.
No, not stones.
Yeah,
Snow
but
crab.
those are
Okay.
the little, not
Yeah.
the stone crab, but
Yeah,
he's going to have stone. Anyway, it's going to be fun to get out
Nice.
there and check out a new place. We like to support local and new independent mom and pop shops. So that'll be Tuesday.
So I know we're
What-
like 40 minutes in. We haven't even gotten to the contest
We're
yet.
going to get there.
But
I haven't seen any.
We love getting involved with our chatters. Joanne, who we adore, had a question because she's going to an area I know very well. My family's been in the literal Tarpon Springs area for like 40 to 50 years.
That's the
So
Greek
she
town.
asked, yeah, it's very Greek, the literal Tarpon Springs, but it's in the middle of Clearwater and St. Pete and Tampa and Newport Richey. It's all very close area. She asked a recommendation if you've been to that area for somewhere to eat. She's going there to visit some family this weekend. So I thought I'd turn that over to you since I know you know the area a little bit.
I really don't. Here's the thing. I've been to
Okay.
St. Pete and Tampa, obviously, but I've never gone up to
And
that
Tarpon.
Clearwater and Tarpon.
The sponge docks
Springs.
or whatever.
So that's one resume, one area of my resume where I am very remiss. I don't know any Greek places or any place.
Well, I told her a
really.
place my family loves. It called Mr. Souvlaki, and the sponge docks are pretty cool. So
That's cool.
if you want to check that out,
Maybe I need
Good
to
luck,
go
Joy.
there. Maybe if my daughter goes to school in
Good
Tampa.
USA.
How's
Yeah.
your vision, by the way?
Uh,
Can you tell if that's a 6-1 that came in at Aqueduct?
Oh, I was trying to look at the chat line. I
If
have
it's a
no
6-1,
idea.
I pounded it. I think the
oh, and our friend
Forex-
Don Jaffe has been to Luke's, and he says it's great.
Okay, good. Well, we're going to be there Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to be at Max's Grill in
Yes,
Boca Raton,
yes,
which
yes.
is going to be fun. Part of the
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Rappaport
Yeah.
restaurant group. Thursday, we're going to be at
Back in
Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market because I can't get enough stone crabs, especially when
I need to get
It's
a
on
view
the
of the
house.
screen here. Hang on.
go do what you got to do.
Do what you
Defo.
gotta do. We can get into the
so-
contest since we're
so,
like 40
yeah,
Well, I
minutes.
think it is a 6
And then Friday we'll be back here at Gulfstream. And again, all those show times will be at 1:00 next week.
Yes,
As you
starting at
can
1.
see, I'm very excited about the new later start time. It will allow me to do even more exercise and
Good.
walk more mileage. And that is what my doctor
Now, where are you
ordered.
walking?
You're in
Always on
Mayo.
Hollywood Beach?
Yeah, Hollywood Broadwalk. I start at the Dania
How do you
Beach
get there
Pier.
now? You can walk there from your house?
No, I take my car. I have an annual beach parking
Oh,
pass
oh,
for
oh,
the
Oh, you
Dania
drive
Beach
to the walk. I
You
like
drive to a walk.
Dania
Okay, that's
Beach
interesting.
parking, the Dania Beach Pier. As a Dania resident, I'm allowed to buy a annual beach parking pass. So instead of having to pay
I love
$3 an hour for the meter,
God.
I pay. It used to be $28 for the whole year. Then
Oh,
it
yeah?
went up to $43.
Still worth it.
This past
Oh,
September, again, it's the fiscal year, October 1st through October 1st. I got my new sticker. It's up to $64 a
Oh
year.
yeah, Joe's not here. Joe just chimed in.
Oh, Joey's
He's at
gone.
Laurel Park.
Oh, they're from Maryland Millions. Okay, so here I was waiting for Joe.
I'm like,
Joe, are you going to
I
bet
feel
the
weird sitting in this
Giants?
seat.
If we gave
Joe
you
the globe, see if
17
you can post
points
that on the
instead
channel.
of 14.5, would you take the Giants this week? Because his morning handicapper, Mark Lawrence, is all
Mark
over him.
always picks long shots.
Well, he only does dogs, so he sort of shoehorns himself.
I think Mark's analysis is a little off analysis. Okay, and I hate to take issue with a guy who's an expert
He's
like
great
that
now.
because he was like, talking about
He said
Buffalo's.
no way. Joe said no way.
14 and a hook.
But his analysis was, teams have a London hangover. Well,
Yeah.
it would be one thing if the Bills are coming off a victory in London and that we're coming off a hangover, maybe hanging out in the pubs and saying, okay, we won.
Bad now.
But they lost to the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they're going to come. Is this game in the
Jacksonville
Meadowlands?
They had such a favorable situation.
I know, but I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
the Bills now are not coming. They need a
Yeah,
victory.
yeah,
They
yeah.
need to kind of reestablish themselves and stay on
The
pace
Giants are
with the
horrible,
Dolphins.
but
I appreciate the thought.
14 and a hook is always prohibitive. Look,
Yeah, it's a lot
Denver
of
had
points
no
in the
shot
NFL.
last night against Kansas City, in most people's opinion.
They almost
And
covered.
yet it came down to like the
They did cover.
absolute the thinnest of margins.
Well, the Chiefs covered, but
10
they
and a half.
almost
barely
didn't
covered,
cover.
only because
They almost didn't cover.
Denver made that 2-point
Right on the
conversion.
number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's contest time.
Yes,
and
sir.
it is, again, as I
Oh, by the
mentioned.
way, I crushed on Exacta, so you were right about the green
Nice.
light.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to be
Nice,
having a monster
nice.
day. You got to tell the
I can't
Mustang
believe I have to
she's
leave
got
at
to
1
take an Uber. Forget
can't
giving a
leave here.
lift to the.
Uber has become more expensive than a
You
limo
can't
ride.
leave. You're hot. Oh, you're sizzling.
Yeah.
You said, oh, I got a boogie at 1. I got to take her to
I
the
mean,
train.
you're
She's
gonna
going
sponsor.
to
if you even
Orlando.
go 1 minute over, I'm gone. I mean,
I'm
You,
gonna
you
fight
can
as well.
go, but I'm just saying you should. You would
Yeah,
have a
you're
monster
missing
day.
out.
You would leave here at least with
but I'm
2
going to leave him a
dimes.
winner because
That's
I
get
fine. He'll get
2
active
dimes.
until he
All right.
leaves.
won't have
right?
time to bet more than one
All
more
right,
race.
let's
It'll
do
actually work
this.
out for him. Quitting while ahead is not the same as quitting. As
All
Defo
right,
likes to
it's
say.
time for the
Yeah,
contest.
good caller, Lubie.
Email-
Lubie's really learned this thing.
All right, you know how it works.
Yes.
Email the answer to the restaurant trivia questions along with your horse
Can Joe
selection.
play now that he's a reviewer? even
No,
though
he is
actually
not
executive
eligible. Employees
Vice
of Gulfstream,
president of
employees
entire
of
place.
Gulfstream Park, even if they're at Laurel for the Maryland Millions, are not eligible to participate. However, all of us, all of you in the audience are, and you guys, you keep on crushing it every week. Don Jaffe, congrats! You had the winning horse, the only one with the winning horse last week. That was the Saffy Joseph, number 5, 3 Witches, and he had the Heritage, which was kind of a gimme.
What do you got? 7.
And he had
people
the
and one
Dolphins.
coming out?
He did have the Dolphins by 21, but since he was the only one with the horse,
Yeah,
the
it didn't matter,
football
yeah.
pick became moot. So again, this week we need a horse number 1 through 11 for the contest race, which is going to be Saturday's 10th race at Gulfstream, and then you'll give the restaurant name, and then you will also give a selection. Which team is going to win between Dolphins and Carolina Panthers on Sunday, and what's the winning margin? So send in, it would be like Dolphins by 24, Carolina by 3,
Yeah.
whatever you want. Just send in. That's the tiebreaker now. If there's multiple people,
Do you don't even
that
want to
have the
score?
horse.
That way we avoid that confusion. If you just
No,
say the margin,
I want the
out of
margin.
score.
I don't want the score. I want
that
the
gets
margin because
confusing,
it's like
okay.
whoever comes closest. And then
Yeah.
if there's a tie among the margin,
Yeah.
then we will have to go to the hat. But I'm trying to avoid the hat. And so far, I have avoided the hat 2 weeks in a row,
Yeah.
which is a wonderful thing for me. All right. And then you send all those things to Mike Mayo Eats at gmail.com
There you
by noon tomorrow, Saturday, October 14th. Again, the contest race this week, 10th race, $52,000 allowance optional claiming race, a field of 11 scheduled to go a mile and a 16th on the all-weather track with post time scheduled for 5:17.
On Joe, by the
PM.
way, says Bills by 24 at least.
Okay. I like it. I
Does
like
he know
it.
the name of the restaurant?
He's going against his
Probably.
He
own.
can end up here eating for free.
All right, let's do
We
this.
can do that anyway.
For this week's restaurant, we celebrate the beginning of Florida stone crab season with a Broward favorite. By the way, the stone crab season runs October 15th through May 1st.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it was
Traps
that
are pulled
long.
up
Okay.
October 15th. A lot of restaurants won't have them in until Monday, some of them even Tuesday, depending on weather conditions. So always be sure to call ahead for your favorite restaurant to see if they actually have the fresh stone crabs in stock starting Monday or Tuesday. This Oakland Park seafood restaurant on Andrews Avenue celebrates its 40th anniversary in the coming year. It's a family-run establishment that opened in 1984 and is known for all-you-can-eat seafood specials, including shrimp, snow crab legs, and sometimes stone crab claws. They used to always have the all-you-can-eat stone crabs, but supplies have
There's no
gotten
way you
so
can, I don't know how you
limited.
pull that off. Yeah.
Well, supplies have gotten so limited in the last few years that they really they don't offer it all the time.
Okay.
Clue number 2. The restaurant used to have a country music hoedown with Shirley Ray and the Wild Turkey Band on the first Sunday of every month, but that tradition ended in 2009. That's a long time ago.
Yes.
Did you ever hear of those Sunday?
Why bring it up?
That sounds like a deep
I was
one.
desperate for another
You
clue.
were really
Sounds like
stuck.
your third one is
When
really
did you make this
desperate.
up? In the car on the way here? What the hell?
I had to go to
You got
DMV.
something
I was a
printed
little
out,
rushed this
yeah.
morning.
This obviously drew you out of
Well,
Well,
sorrow.
and once I say Oakland Park on Andrews Avenue, I think a lot of people will get that, especially with the all-you-can-eat specials.
So
and
the
shrimp.
other clue that you had is a good
All right, here we go. It's time for the third and final clue. Let's see if Joe gets it. Don't put it out there on the chat line, but again, send it to me at mikemayoeats@gmail.com. It is time for the Mike Mayo puzzling puzzle clue. And here's the clue. Deceptive online persona beats Truman.
That's a good
I'll
one.
say that again.
That should give it away.
Deceptive online persona beats Truman.
All right.
So just kind of put on your thinking cap. What was a famous headline? Somebody beat Truman.
Yes.
But they didn't really. And what's a deceptive online persona?
Yes.
And then you could maybe get the
It's
name.
a little far-fetched, but it gives it away.
You should have it. It
Good.
does give it
Yeah.
away.
Gives it away. And there you have it.
There
Not
you
my
have
best
it.
effort, but I'm ready to eat some stone crabs next week.
Chili and
Maybe
sea bass
Joe will
is,
have
what
some
you meant,
here,
yeah.
too.
There
We
you
think
go.
we could do the stone crab
Yeah,
trifecta next week.
Don't
don't
speak
get
for
like that.
Joe
You don't want to
and
be
don't
such
get
a
greedy.
schnorrer, man. You want to change
Schnorrer. I
the
could
ordering that they do
do
here.
some comparisons
Right.
with
Yeah,
mustard
you're doing
sauce,
plenty
reign
of comparisons.
supreme, that kind of stuff. Hey,
It'll
it's-
be enough that we're going to be there Thursday at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market for
yes.
stone crabs.
And again, you don't have to wait until for stone crab season to go in there. Today's a great day to go in there for
Yeah,
the
your
weekend shopping.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's a great day to go there if you want to get Florida lobster tails,
What's
because
interesting,
that's in
and
season.
I'm not trying to be promoting, but it is my birthday Monday.
Oh, good.
So we are doing brunch at the house Sunday, and Shirley had this whole idea.
Are we in on that?
I mean, you can be. It's my family. but if
you know
guys
what?
wanna
I'm going to
be,
ship
can.
you a bunch of bagels and
But
some
so
lox
here's the
from
deal. I know Grandpa's
Grandpa's,
obviously,
yeah.
but so my family now, because my sister's going through her issues in her life. The kids do, I guess, Hebrew school in the morning, so my sister shifted it more to like 2 to 3 o'clock. So Shirley's like, "Can we still do brunch?" I'm like, "Yeah, my family, we can do brunch anytime, but it's later in the day,
Mhm.
so that may move more toward like a grilling lunch kind of a thing, which fits really well with the
I
Delaware.
would say you should stop into Delaware, which is at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, right across from the Seminole Classic Casino. And it's got a big chicken on the roof, so you can't miss it. And go in there, and there'll be something for everybody. You can get some great steaks and some great pork, pork chops. Get sausage to throw on the grill, chicken parts, wings and thighs, and or the renowned seafood there. You can get a couple of Florida lobster
piece of
tails to throw on
fish,
the grill with a little lightly brushed with some lime butter. You could
The
get some
sausages were great and a nice roll.
and then the fish, you could get that whole branzino and throw that on the grill with some herbs and wrap it up and do it in some foil. And that's a beautiful thing. Or some tuna steaks, swordfish steaks. They got it all there at Delaware. DelawareChicken.com is the website where you can find their weekly specials and daily offerings. And we're going to be in there next Thursday to celebrate the start of stone crab season, which again begins Sunday. They're probably going to get their first stock in because they close Sunday at 4 p.m. Monday will be the time to assure yourself of the fresh catch straight in off the docks. And again, Jose, the seafood manager, and owner Doug Carter, they are all about the freshest and just the quality. He'll be in his galoshes, turning
he
away.
wears them. He wears his friggin' boots every time we see
He's
him.
in there. He's waiting in it every
It's
day.
crazy.
Delaware is the place to go. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, we're coming back with more Gulfstream Park. Almost post time for the first race. Good job there getting out in time for me to make a bet. And we'll come back and wrap up today's edition, the Friday edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, while we're chowing down in a moment.
Want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting? Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasto platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi, fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova, or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets, they've got eggs Benedict, they've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. It's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
And the opener at Gulfstream, no, Defo did not win.
The Deuce looked good on the track.
The Deuce won here. Yeah. I want the Deuce to win up at Keeneland.
Oh, Keeneland, you have 5
we are
minutes,
gambling. We're eating. We're at 10 Palms at Gulfstream.
Couldn't be any better.
We're going to have our brunch bash, the Lunchbox brunch bash.
From this Sunday.
Sunday the 29th. So I believe that's going to be
2 weeks,
from Sunday.
Yeah.
Month is just whizzing
it's
by.
so funny. I inform Shirley of these things, and I'm waiting for her to be like, "Oh, geez, another." Because sometimes the work events used to get annoying, and every time I tell her, she's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Okay."
Oh, yeah, nice.
She gets more excited than me.
Well, it's going to be great.
Can get her a race.
It looks like
gamble.
We're going to have between 7 and 8 past, winners are going to be here that Sunday, the 29th. Some of them are bringing more family and friends at the discounted rate of $40 per person plus tax and tip, including a mimosa and the Sunday brunch buffet all day, and you get to watch the races. I'll be here. Defo will be here.
Yep.
Lubie will be here. And it's open to anybody. If you want to come out that Sunday, again, $40. It's a discount off the usual $50 price, thanks to Joe B. And I've already gotten some nice RSVPs. A crew is coming out. A family of 12 is coming out to celebrate a birthday. We've got another couple of couples coming out.
What was Joe's response? Because they do get a nice crowd on their own.
Oh, no, but
they
have enough room there. This place can fit quite a few people.
Yeah,
so come on out. Email me, mikemayoeats@gmail.com, besides the contest entries. Let me know if you want to come out that Sunday, the 29th. Just let me know the name of the party and the number of people in the party. You don't have to pay a deposit. We'll put you in the books, and then we'll have a great time. That's Sunday the 29th. A couple other things, guys, before we get out of here. And I know Defo is in a rush, but he's taking the money and run. I told you were going to have a good day. If you stayed all day, you would crush it.
I disagree.
We've got a football game coming up tomorrow.
Empty by the time I left.
You guys are a couple of Division I, football schools. I went to Division III Tufts. We don't have scholarships. We barely had a team. It was very sad.
You don't have any real men going.
We had, the Tufts Jumbos. How seriously can you take a team that's named after an elephant? But we have the FSU Seminoles taking on the Syracuse Orange people. Or what are they called?
Orange. Now it's just
called Orange.
Just the Orange. Yeah.
The Syracuse Trumpsters.
He could be playing. He could be the mascot. He could be.
What is the spread on that? And we need to have a wager on this, gentlemen, a food wager.
17 and a hook.
They haven't really been covering
no wager,
spreads, but I'll take
What do you mean there's no wager? You don't want to take
He
it?
doesn't trust Syracuse.
Money line, Defo.
Syracuse did the same thing last year, and they didn't last as long this year.
If he's
It's
too
at
much,
FSU.
if he's too much of a wimp, okay, give me an extra 2 points. Give me 19 and a half. Okay.
Oh, listen to you.
I don't think they're going to cover.
Oh, he's a wimp, but I need an extra 5
It's
points.
fine.
I don't
Should
say 5.
Big over
I
here,
want
man.
2. I don't
Oh,
even
my
want
God.
20. I
have
just want
19 and a hook. That's
give me
fine.
19 and a half.
Okay.
And here's what we're going to do.
What are we gonna
You
do?
give
Oh,
me
the
the
bet I
extra
didn't
2
do that other
points, and I'm giving you 6 to 5.
I don't
As
think
in,
okay.
when we go to Luke's, you can have 6 stone crabs, and I'll just have 5.
So he's going to give you the free stuff we're going to get from Luke's. Your share.
I
of it.
won't eat all the stone crabs. I'll leave 6 of them for
There's a
you.
great Safi
And
Joseph.
if I
It's
lose,
Safi
what
Joseph,
happens
great
if I
trainer,
lose?
and he won last week at 10-1. Don't overlook; he's got 2 in the contest race this week, also at big prices. Safi Joseph just walked by us, great trainer here at Gulfstream Park. All right, so that's the bet. I mean,
if I
you
lose,
know
what
what?
happens? I
Here
don't
we
get
here
what
we
if I
go.
lose, what
Let's do it. You've never been to Cafe Seville.
I have not.
You give me the 19 and a half with the orange, with the Syracuse,
Okay.
and we'll have a entree.
We're all gonna go out. Yeah.
We'll go out there, and the round of drinks. The first round of drinks will be the loser of that
yeah,
bet.
that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. And you're out of it.
I don't want to be a part of this.
Why not?
Because it's always some cockamamie circumstances with you. Like, oh, well, if you give me an extra 9 points, I might buy you a drink at the place where I get
Look,
calm.
with you, I'll take straight up money line. If you want to take FSU, I'll take Syracuse.
No, you're
You
gonna
give
take
me 10
Syracuse
to 1.
win?
No, I'll give you
$10
even money.
versus
Mr.
100.
Big over here. Oh, well, give me 10 to
We
1.
already have a bet. Leave Defo out of it. I hate betting my own team
He's
too,
not
so.
even backing his own alma mater. What
No,
kind
they've
of
Because they
struggled.
stink.
They've struggled
a
the
man.
last couple weeks.
How good? They haven't been good for years.
be good to your school?
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, so I've got Syracuse plus 19 and a half. You've got that. You've got
I'm all in on
FSU
the
giving
bet.
19 and a half, and we've got a round of drinks at either Tropical Acres.
Or Cafe Seville.
If I lose, it's going to be a Tropical Acres happy hour. If you lose, it's at Cafe
Exactly.
Seville.
You know he never pays on these bets.
Exactly.
I do pay.
Oh, come on.
I paid.
He paid up on the thing.
Oh, that
we
one
had.
time,
He
yeah.
paid up.
1 out of 5 he paid.
Oh, come on.
He
All right.
paid.
All right. It's 1 o'clock. Get out of here. Go get the
Let's get
Mustang
going.
off to
I
Orlando.
got to get back home.
Everybody's-
Remember, Monday, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Monday.
We'll see you maybe from a restaurant,
That'd be
maybe
nice.
from our homes. It'll be a mystery until Monday at 1 p.m. Until then, thanks everybody for tuning in. It's been
Have a
another
great
great week.
weekend.
For Defo and Lubie, I'm Mike Mayo saying enjoy every beautiful piece of sea bass, Chilean sea bass, and enjoy every sandwich.